Hey, I heard an interesting quote though that's worth discussing with you really quick.
Yeah.
I believe his name was Glenn Beck. Do you know Glenn Beck?
No.
Okay, he's a talk show guy. Really, uh, I believe it was Glenn Beck. Really popular talk show guy. I'm not sure if he's a Christian or not, but he said that near the end of Billy Graham's life, he had been talking with him regularly, and he said, Billy, what do you think? He said, who is the next great man or men that are going to come and maybe help this country move in the right direction? Who's the next Billy Graham? And Billy's response, I loved it. He said, God is sick of men trying to take all the glory for themselves. The next big move isn't going to come through one man or a few men. The next big move is going to come through ordinary people doing small, ordinary things that God has told them to do to paint this beautiful picture of what God can do in a community if they all just do their little part. And I thought, well, ain't that the truth? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like if I do my little part, maybe make that phone call or check in on that person or do something I feel led to do that's probably really small in comparison to some of our favorite preachers that have done amazing things, and I'm grateful for that and all of that. What if I did my little part and then Nigel did his little part, and we all did our little parts and painted this beautiful picture in our community here in Oneida or throughout the world of what God can do if we would just let Him move in us through the small things.
Yeah.
And humble too. He mentioned he's looking for humble people that are willing to do that. I thought, man, how cool is that? I mean, what a great way of putting it. I think that is so true.
Right. Yeah.
And I think being successful. What is being successful? And I think being successful is just following God and doing what He's called us to do in our lives. That's successful. I even feel uncomfortable saying that. What's success? You know what I'm saying? Man's glory. Who needs it? We don't need it. We just want to give all the glory to God. That's for sure. But anyway, I was just flipping through some YouTube because I love to watch interviews and learn interesting things, and that popped up. So
yeah.
What do you think? Anyway, what do you think about that?
It's good. I mean, it's more of a team effort.
Yep.
I think a team. When you say that, most sports franchises are not successful because of one player.
Yeah.
The other people have to step up. I mean, no matter how good, you think of the people in the Super Bowl, Patrick Mahomes, and unfortunately keeps being
Don't
the
be
Bills.
swearing in the studio like that.
But
we don't use that word in here.
Yeah, but he can't do it by himself. If everybody, if he executes and the guy drops the ball, there isn't anything he can do about it.
Right.
If there's nobody blocking for him, he's going to be running for his life. It's just that was the same with Josh, whoever you want to use. You want to use Josh Allen. You want to use basketball as an example. One guy can't take it over. If Judah Mintz is there and he's the best player on Syracuse and he's trying to drive the basketball and three guys go on him, he's got to throw it to somebody else. And somebody else has to take the game-winning shot. A few weeks ago, Syracuse won a game at the buzzer with nobody thought Copeland was going to be the guy to shoot the shot, but it happened. And he did the small thing. He did the thing. He hit the shot, but Judah made the cross-court pass that allowed them to win the game, and he was the lead. A leader is, he doesn't necessarily take the credit, but he does the little things in order to make something be successful. You make that phone call. Even Josh Allen showed his leadership when the Bills lost their playoff game. He was the first guy to go to Bass after missing the field goal and said, "It's not your fault. We win as a team. We lose as a team."
Yeah.
And that showed a lot of maturity. And that's kind of what you're talking about. You're gonna, and even like sometimes, not even in that, but in you want to see a great move of God. You want to see people keep staying on fire for God.
Yeah.
Is people that when they do fall, that there's a person there to say, you know what, don't give up, keep going. You need that encouragement. You need other people. Some kind of God just maybe telling you, let that person know that even though they screwed up, God still got their back. Just little things like that can make a world of difference in being a team, so that person. Because if that person is so discouraged that the enemy is beating him up and then they don't do anything for God, then they're not doing their part, and then that person's not doing their part, and all of a sudden
the whole thing's falling apart.
All of a sudden, there can't be revival because everybody's going in the wrong direction and being distracted, and that's what the enemy wants. But when we're helping each other, when we're building each other up in the faith, when we're telling people it's okay, whatever, it's all right, you made a mistake here or this, it's not the end of the world. You always can come back to God, like Jesus picking Peter up out of the water after. At first, he did this great thing. Peter walks out on the water, but then he starts looking at the storm and starts sinking. And what's Jesus do? He grabs and pulls him up. There's always time. We need to sometimes encourage people to get back on track with God. Get back in the boat. It's never too late to get back in the boat.
It's true.
Keep going. Keep knowing that we are a team. We were going to win as a team, and we're going to lose as a team.
Yep.
So
that's awesome.
That's all I got to say about that.
Keep going and keep knowing. Yep.
Yeah.
I was watching the girls' high school basketball game up here at the high school, and they were just a great team, just passing the ball around like I haven't seen in a while. Really good.
Really?
Really, really good. And in the half, I think it was in the half, there's like 10 seconds, and somebody shoots the ball, somebody gets the rebound, they pass it on the left side, pass it up to the middle, pass it to the right side, and with 2 seconds makes one more pass and they hit a three-pointer. It just incredible teamwork, and that's what God needs. He needs us to work together as a team.
Yeah, for sure, definitely,
absolutely. Well, cool. Well, we get to go to another song.